Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 10. At this point, you guys should be finished with your group projects as you are listening to this, as it is being transmitted to you Monday, the 13th of November. All group projects should have been emailed to me by yesterday, along with the annotated bibliographies for the group. Remember, as I've stated the last couple of weeks, this is something that you guys should have been in regular correspondence with your group members about. And now that the group project portion is over, we are now moving to the final project of the semester, which will be the proposal project. And so this next week, we are going to just sort of get initiated and introduced to the topic of proposals, as you guys have two individual assignments as well. One thing I do want to note, as some of you have asked, there will be no more group assignments for the rest of the semester. Now this is all back on each of you individually. So make sure to stay accountable and stay responsible for your work. Next week is also Thanksgiving week, and you guys will have the week off away from any online assignments. So I'm just telling you that now. I will obviously put a reminder about that next week on Monday, but this week we'll have two assignments. Next week we will have off, and then the week after that I will give you the information for the proposal project. And as with the previous assignments, the group project and the research project, you guys will have 2 weeks to essentially work on and complete the proposal project, which will be also the final project for the class. There is no final in the class. The final will be the proposal project. So as with the other information, when you had the research project and the group project, after next week, you will see the proposal project under the group project section, and it will be filled with the information that you need. But for this week, you have two assignments, one in the discussion board and one in the individual writing section. The first is a discussion board prompt, which is a reading and response. So the reading and response is for chapter 12, titled Proposals in your textbook. Please read that chapter and respond to the writing project, the first writing project, number 1, on page 294. Please post your completed response to the discussion forum proposal project, which is going to be due Sunday, November 19th by 11:59 p.m. Make sure to do the reading. Make sure to get the response completed. Remember, you're only doing writing project number 1, and you need to get it posted by Sunday, November 19th by 11:59 p.m. You can post it here or email it to me. Secondly, you have an individual writing prompt under the individual writing section titled Evaluative Proposal. This is also due Sunday, November 19th. It's a 2-part section. As you guys did with evaluations, the first part of this particular activity is for over the week for you guys to engage in some sort of activity. So whether that's eating at a restaurant, going to a movie, attending an event, going to the doctor, something where you can assess a particular situation or activity or show or movie that you might have watched and provide an evaluation. The evaluation should establish a set of criteria that assess your particular activity that you are engaged in. And then I want you to make sure that you establish an assessment about your overall experience. Make sure your summary and evaluation of the activity are at least 1 paragraph. So say, for example, you go out to a restaurant, you give me a summary of the type of restaurant you went to, how you sort of assessed it. Maybe you assessed it and evaluated it off of its service, off of its food, off of its location, off of its cleanliness and hygiene. Give me a summary. Give me the evaluative criteria you use to assess the restaurant you visited. Secondly, after you've established an evaluative introduction, I want you to propose a way that the activity could have been modified or revised to either make it more effective, more entertaining, more engaging, or simply better. This particular section, which will be referred to as the proposal, should also be a paragraph as well. One thing we're going to find about proposals is that they are essentially just solutions to a problem. So if you went to a restaurant, you evaluated the restaurant, you said that the food was good, but however, the time it took for you to get your meal took a lot longer than expected. your proposal would essentially be a solution to, well, how can we make the restaurant more productive? How can we make it more efficient? You could talk about potentially hiring more servers, doing a more productive sort of assembly line when it comes to making the food, have a better way and means of communication between the chefs and the servers and the customers. And so basically you would assess a problem and then provide a solution to it. So it's a two-part sort of assignment. You have the entire week to engage in some sort of activity and figure out how to make it better, more engaging, more entertaining, etc. Both of these particular assignments will be due Sunday the 19th before 11:59 p.m. So make sure to either post to their respective sections, the discussion board or the individual writing section, or you can email me per usual. If you have any questions, this is something I keep reiterating throughout this semester, make sure to email me sooner rather than later so you do not run into any complications that you will have to deal with on your own, especially if you are emailing me later in the week and I might not have adequate time to get back to you. So make sure to always check your schedule, stay on top of things, and to email me if you have questions about this assignment or any future concerns as we are approaching the end of the semester. Have a good week and keep working.